Please be seated. Deputy Chancellor, graduates, guests, and members of the university community, good morning and welcome. My name is Rebecca Whalen and I'm the Executive Officer at UTS Business School. Graduations are one of the university's most important events, and we are delighted to resume ceremonies again in 2022. I would like to introduce the official party who are here on stage. Seated at the centre of the stage is Dr. John Laker, AO, Deputy Chancellor of the University, who will preside over this ceremony. The Deputy Chancellor is joined today by Professor Kate McGrath, Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Vice President Research, Miss Leonie King, who will deliver today's occasional address, Professor Heather MacDonald, Deputy Dean of the Faculty of Design, Architecture and Building, and Associate Professor David Waller, Head of the Marketing Discipline Group at UTS Business School, who will both be presenting graduates. The other people seated on stage are professors, academics, and professional staff from faculties and institutes who have played an important role in the success of today's graduates. It now gives me great pleasure to invite Dr. John Laker, Deputy Chancellor, to formally open proceedings.
Graduands, family and friends, good morning. In the name of the Council, I declare this congregation of the University of Technology, Sydney, duly assembled. On behalf of the University of Technology, Sydney, before we begin the proceedings, and on behalf of all those present, I would like to acknowledge and pay respect to the traditional owners of the land on which we meet, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. It is upon their ancestral lands that UTS stands. Similarly, I would also like to pay respect to the elders, both past and present, acknowledging them as the traditional custodians of knowledge for this place. In this graduation ceremony, we will celebrate the conferral of awards upon graduates from the Faculty of Design, Architecture and Building and the UTS Business School. Today's ceremony marks a great achievement for the graduates and recognises the support which they have received from family and friends, many of whom are here today. We warmly welcome you, and together we celebrate the achievements of the graduates. I now invite Professor Heather MacDonald, Deputy Dean of the Faculty of Design, Architecture and Building, to present graduates.
Deputy Chancellor, I invite all graduates to stand. Deputy Chancellor, the UTS Council has resolved that candidates recommended to it by faculty boards in Design, Architecture and Building and Business as eligible for awards have completed all requirements of a course of study approved by the boards and have conferred these awards upon them. Deputy Chancellor, I now present those graduates who are here before you to acknowledge the awards for which they have qualified.
On behalf of the Council of the University of Technology, Sydney, I congratulate graduates on their achievements in obtaining the awards for which they have qualified.
Graduates, please be seated. Deputy Chancellor, in the Faculty of Design, Architecture and Building, higher degree research students are central to our research mission. Our cross-cutting research themes of transformative technology, cities and urbanism, design cultures, and data, information and innovation structure an environment which encourages open-ended speculation as well as applied problem solving. In this context, our students forge new knowledge and new solutions for the contemporary problems of our disciplines and professions. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you a graduate receiving a research degree. The following student has graduated with the Doctor of Philosophy. Jeffrey George Scales, for the thesis entitled, Including Generative Mechanisms in Project Scheduling Using Hybrid Simulation, supported by a supervisory panel which included Principal Supervisor Professor Shankar Sankaran and Co-Supervisor Dr. Leila Moslemi Nayani. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Jeffrey George Scales. Deputy Chancellor, we will now present to you our coursework graduates receiving awards today from the Faculty of Design, Architecture and Building.
The following students have graduated with the Master of Architecture: Marianne Daher, Semal Dekin, Nadanong Potirat, Master of Design in Service Innovation and Change, Gabriela Marquez Noval, Master of Planning, Andrew Lachlan Edwards, Xue Garden, Master of Project Management, Daniel Paul Beatty O'Shaughnessy, Kimberly DeVissa, Jessica Ferguson, Morgan Peter Hives, Deborah Eliana Lagrange, Samuel Laverty, Ivan Perich, Maria Andrea Rodriguez de Leon, Emma Wu, Master of Property Development, Matthew Anoy, Yik Yuan Chong, Thomas Peter Isles. Rebecca Ellen Jones. Lauren Colette Cron. Gregory Thomas Petrovsky. John Keith Schultz. Mitchell David Steinberg. Dominic Anthony Zappia. Master of Property Development Project Management, Ala Kalajay. Jing Wen Liu. Master of Real Estate Investment, Lai Hyung Lisa Lee. Graduate Diploma in Property Development with Distinction, Jan Arman Inus. Bachelor of Construction Project Management with First Class Honours, Joseph Augustine. Henry Beard. Nathan Chicotti. Kostan Alexander Gritsiotis. Mario Carmel. Marcus James Mangraviti. Olivia O'Rourke. Tushar Shekhar. Henry Eastmont Shepherd. Bachelor of Construction Project Management with Second Class Honours, Bilal Alamedine. Abby Burns. Alex Campos. Jae Hoon Cho. Jawad Hana. John Harb. William Jack Latimer. Stephen Min Long. Jacob John Mojsa. Veronica Parevska. Shafin Rifaya. Faisal Sharif. Simon Talk. Vicky Tan Yuan Huang Tuong. Chung Wu. Bachelor of Construction Project Management, Joshua Spina. Bachelor of Design in Architecture, Natasha Aguma. Bachelor of Design in Visual Communication, Anna Mead. Bachelor of Property Economics, Luke Victor Arturi. Thomas Baldacci. Cameron William Lewis Cahoon. Mitchell Cameron Lachlan Johnston. Peter Michael Kaisis. Angela Kloosterman. Pawan Raj Lala. Thomas Negus. Matthew Nicholas. Jake Paponetti. Justin Ralewski. Glenn Graham Riley. Gurmihar Singh. Christian Zekenes. Jeanette Wheely.
Deputy Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Design, Architecture and Building. I now invite Associate Professor David Waller to present candidates from the UTS Business School.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, we will now present to you our coursework graduates receiving awards today from the UTS Business School.
The following students have graduated with the Bachelor of Business with Distinction. Annabelle Alam. Edward Michael Cusack. Finn Ruby Dorr. Fionn Geraghty. Tianming Guo. Warwick Arthur Harrop. Antoinetta Lawrence. Donald Kwan Chi Nguyen. Raylene Tandingan. Lachlan Oscar Ptolomeo. Grace Louise Watts. Yang Zhang. Bachelor of Business with Credit, Alessia Danielle. Lachlan Davis. Chelsea Jane Dela Cruz. Grace Dorney. Rose Alison McIntosh English. Jonathan James Green. Emily Catherine Hahn. Harry Haralabopoulos. Maksud Al-Islam Joada. Olivia Richard Lane. Michael McGrath. Sarah Ann Newton. Brian Robert O'Neill. Asher Phillips. Jasmine Louise Schmatloch. Amy Alexandra O'Connor Spruill. Rentaro Thomas. Fiona Chuang. Catherine Yuen Mi Chuang. Stamati Tsiamis. Zachary Wonderly. Bachelor of Business, Sunny Darby. Rachel Ho Yu Ha. Javier Andres Loyola Mardones. Kylie Nguyen. Darlene Prak. Jessica Rees. Huzaifa Ali Sayed. Madison Sarah Urquhart. Hao Ran Wong. Bing Ching Yang. Ahmed Yusuf.
Deputy Chancellor. This concludes the presentation of graduates.
On behalf of the UTS Council, it is my privilege and pleasure to once again congratulate all of our new graduates on attaining their degrees. This is a solemn and important occasion, but cheering is actually encouraged. So we started quietly, but what I'd like parents and friends and family to do is to let it rip and really show our graduates how proud we are of them. Thank you. Where were you when I needed you? Today, our graduates, in our great hall, you have graduated from one of the world's top 10 young universities. Young because UTS has yet to celebrate its 50th birthday. But the ceremony of graduation itself is one of the world's oldest. It dates back 800 years to the establishment of the first European universities in the 12th century. Then, you would have been taking your exams in Latin. Your graduation cap and gown are adapted from the attire of medieval clerics who taught at those universities. But then, you would have been gowned every day simply to keep warm in those damp and unheated halls of learning. Graduation is indeed a great tradition and a special celebration. As it should be, because graduation marks an important milestone in your lives. The word graduation comes from the Latin gradus, meaning step, and today you take a further significant step in your professional and personal development. University study, while we know it has its fun, requires a strong commitment to hard work and long hours. Inevitably, too, it involves sacrifices, whether they be immediate career opportunities, family and social life, or for a number of you, the familiarity of your own country. And what has been particularly tough for this graduating class has been the unprecedented disruption of the COVID-19 pandemic. For 2 years, lockdowns and other public health responses brought campus life to an end, isolated you in bedrooms rather than in tutorial rooms or in libraries, shattered your plans for studies abroad. This was not the university experience you expected, and I sincerely regret that. But you have pulled through magnificently. You are graduates today, not just of this university, but of that other fine educational institution, the School of Hard Knocks. Your resilience, your commitment will be amply rewarded as you apply your skills and insights in your professional life, but today, the satisfaction of completing a high calibre degree under such difficult circumstances is reward in itself. Enjoy that sense of satisfaction, you've earned it. For all the parents and friends here today, partners and family, as well, this is an occasion of great pride. You have lived through the stresses the graduates have faced. You have all given them your support and encouragement, and I am sure that they would want to acknowledge that. So, graduates, this is your turn. I'd like you to stand, face your family and friends, and give them a rousing round of applause because they too have earned it. Thank you. Rest assured that I've warmed up by the time you have your party tonight. The world that you as graduates are entering is a complex and challenging one. The new normal in the wake of COVID-19 is still evolving, but it is an exciting world. The workplace has become more flexible than ever before. Change is a constant. Digital disruption has become a powerful force. Artificial intelligence is progressing rapidly. New industries are emerging based on global data platforms that are reshaping our lives, our work, our communications. The so-called Great Resignation that was prompted by COVID-19 for others is a world of opportunities for you. This world is a far cry from the staid, ordered and insular one we baby boomers entered. Then, a comfortable job for life with a large employer was seen by many as an entitlement. Your generation, however, will want to test your skills with a number of employers, large and small, at home and abroad. Some of you will even create the organisations in which you work, and you may already be friends of UTS startups. For you, a job for life might sound like a life sentence. The energies you have devoted to your studies can now be unleashed into today's exciting world. Take the challenges on with enthusiasm, inspire your colleagues, and bring your newfound skills and talents into play. Your time at UTS will have prepared you well. Employers have a high regard for UTS graduates because of your ability to adapt and innovate, to work collaboratively with people of different viewpoints and backgrounds, and as we know, to cope with pressure and tight deadlines. In a competitive world, UTS graduates are very employable. You now join an outstanding group of UTS alumni, some 240,000 strong throughout the world. Reach out to this network when you can. Many of the alumni can be helpful to you in your future careers. And please stay in touch with UTS. Our alumni office is your lifelong connection to UTS, so please keep them up to date on your movements. Of course, your time as a student may not end today. This rapidly changing world will require you to refresh your existing knowledge and acquire new knowledge and skills again and again throughout your careers. Society is transforming to a lifetime of learning to keep pace with change, and UTS is in the forefront of this transformation. Drawing on its excellent research and its close links with industry, UTS is introducing new courses and programs that will support learning and professional skills development for individuals throughout their whole lives. Dare we suggest we might see you in this great hall again. Your graduation also comes at a time when humanity is facing some profound global challenges beyond the COVID-19 pandemic. Climate change, the scourge of terrorism, the tragic human tide of refugees, inequalities in their many unwelcome forms, and now the horrors of war. And a challenge that may touch your professional life more directly, the loss of public trust in major institutions, whether in government, finance, media, pharma, or just big business. The causes of this loss of trust are complex, but moral and ethical failures are at the core. And this, graduates, is where you come in. You leave here today as the pride of this university, as the flag bearers for the next generation of bright minds and responsible citizens. Can I suggest that you make the values of trust, honesty and integrity the guiding beacons for your further development as professionals? How do you do this? Let me offer 3 simple pieces of advice. Firstly, choose your employer wisely. You are part of a new generation that is demanding higher ethical standards from organisations, a generation that believes it has a responsibility to make society better rather than to leave that to others or to the future. Satisfy yourself that trust and a clear purpose of contributing value to society are part of the ethos of any organisation you join. Secondly, identify the values that are important to you and live them in the way you conduct yourself in the workplace and outside. Take personal accountability for your actions and be willing to be judged by them. Speak up, but be ready to be challenged. At times when you are not sure what to do, bring your own strong moral compass to bear on your decisions and do what you believe is right. Do yourselves, your families, and this university proud by maintaining the highest professional and ethical standards. The best advice I can give you, finally, is that you make your word your bond. There is no more powerful demonstration of your integrity than that you honour your word. Nothing more and nothing less. I'll leave you with a provocation from the philosopher St. Augustine. To ask the question, what do I want to be remembered for, is the beginning of adulthood, he said. The management guru Peter Drucker, quoting St. Augustine, said, "If you think you can answer it in your 20s, you have not yet understood the question. If you cannot answer it by the time you are 50, you have wasted your life." You won't waste your lives. And on that note, let me once again congratulate our new graduates on your success. Our best wishes and pride go with each and every one of you. Your degree will open up opportunities in any number of roles. Seize them in both hands and do well. Thank you. I now invite Professor Kate McGrath, Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Vice President Research, to introduce the occasional speaker.
Deputy Chancellor. Hello everybody. Before I introduce the occasional speaker, I wish to add my congratulations to our new graduates and also to acknowledge all of those that help support them to get them to be sitting in this room today. Our occasional speaker today is Ms. Leonie King, CEO of the City West Housing, an award-winning not-for-profit developer and operator of affordable rentable housing and a Tier 1 registered community housing provider. Ms. King graduated from UTS, aren't we proud? With a Bachelor of Business, starting her career as an auditor in a Big Four accounting firm. Most of her career was spent in the public service, where she occupied senior executive roles in the housing and disability portfolios prior to leaving to join the not-for-profit sector. Ms. King is passionate about the role the not-for-profit sector can play in the delivery of social services and was instrumental in growing the community housing and disability services sectors during her time in government. She also led on national reform, delivering a national regulatory system for community housing. Ms. King's passions has continued with her move to the not-for-profit sector, where she gets to run a company that prides itself on being a developer with heart and a social landlord that both contributes to the creation of diverse communities and seeks to support and empower residents to build community and social connection. In addition to her role as the CEO, Ms. King is also a director on the boards of 2 industry bodies, one state and one national, that are responsible for helping build capacity in the community housing sector and advocating for ongoing investment in social and affordable housing. It gives me great pleasure to invite Ms. Leonie King to deliver the occasional address.
Thank you. So thank you for the opportunity to give this occasional address to the graduates sitting before me, students of the Design, Architecture and Building faculty and the UTS Business School, and importantly, their family and friends who perhaps have had the greatest impact on the graduates who sit here today. I'd also like to acknowledge the presiding officers here on stage with me, the Deputy Chancellor, Presiding Vice-Chancellor, Deans, Presiding Director, and members of the University Executive. I'd like to begin my address by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, and to pay my respects to their elders past, present, and emerging. Today marks the end of this latest chapter in your formal education and the start of exciting possibilities that lie ahead of you. As a former graduate of the UTS Business School, I recall the relief when I completed my undergraduate degree many years ago, and the excitement as well as trepidation about starting full-time work. It wasn't my first time in the workforce, having started my degree part-time, while I worked full-time as a trainee in a Big Four accounting firm, but it was different. It was the end of one era and the start of the next. When I graduated, the world looked very different today, but also the same. Unemployment levels were over 10% and interest rates were around 17%. Australia was technically in a recession. Having secured a job in a graduate program, however, meant that I didn't have to worry about these things, or at least not immediately. Technological innovation was on its way, but not quite there. For example, while I had a mobile phone, which was very large and very heavy, most students, including myself, did not have a laptop. And I remember typing my early university assignments on my grandmother's suitably ancient typewriter and being marked down because the letter E didn't work on some of my assignments. Do you know how often E is used in the English language? A lot. The year I graduated was actually the year that the internet became a thing, and when the Baltic states declared independence from the Soviet Union. Now, if that doesn't date me, nothing will. For most of you, a different set of world events, social conditions, and technologies have shaped the way you have experienced and participated in education, and will continue to shape your experiences in the workforce. You have had and will have different opportunities, including access to a world of information in what is truly a global society, but also many of the same challenges. Who knew when you started your university studies that there would be a global pandemic that would fundamentally change society forever? Could we have anticipated the global uncertainty created both by COVID and by the war that Russia is currently waging in the Ukraine? You are entering, or for some of you perhaps continuing, work at a time of rising interest rates and political unrest, but also a time when there is low unemployment, and for most of you, the power of agency to advocate for yourself and to have choices. Why am I raising these things, you might ask? Because experiences shape us and adversity creates resilience, while education creates a platform upon which we can succeed. I'm a good example of this. I've been privileged to be able to access higher education, including the ability to also undertake a master's degree. However, it was my undergraduate degree in business that allowed me to springboard from financial and performance audit into program evaluation, business strategy, government policy, program design, financing, legislative reform, service delivery, and to develop skills along the way as a manager of people. And all those years ago when I graduated from this esteemed institution, I didn't set out to work in social and affordable housing or the not-for-profit sector. Upon graduation, I fell into the public service and I discovered a life of purpose, delivering public value, all the while leveraging the skills I learnt in pursuit of my degree: analysis, critical thinking, the ability to challenge and debate, the ability to convey a message persuasively, and the ability to take educated risks. Some of you may be familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which prioritises physiological needs such as shelter, food, and clothing as a basic human need above everything else. The idea is that individuals' most basic needs must be met before they can achieve higher level needs such as safety, belonging, self-esteem, and a feeling of accomplishment. I developed a passion for the housing policy area during my time in government, and I found my way to the not-for-profit sector and my current role as the CEO of an affordable housing provider. How did I get here? I did this in part by taking every work opportunity that presented itself, no matter how hard. I moved sideways to learn new skills. I put my hand up to try new things about which I knew nothing about. In my industry, we talk about having a safe, secure, and affordable home as a foundation for setting people up for a better future. There is plenty of research that shows that a stable home creates opportunities for young people, particularly academically. This research also shows that stable, affordable housing drives stronger student outcomes, with student achievement maximised when students have a stable home to return to. Stable housing doesn't just provide shelter, but it provides great opportunities for young people to stay enrolled in education and a safe environment in which to study. I could take risks in my career because I had the support of my family and an adequate safety net, including stable housing. Can you tell that I'm passionate about what I do? I am motivated and challenged each and every day to do things that matter and to make a difference. The impact my organisation makes on people's lives is tangible. However, it is also a role and an industry with limited funding, and one that requires constant trade-offs and the balancing of commercial, environmental, and social imperatives. For example, as a social landlord, do I spend money retrofitting solar to our buildings to address energy poverty for many of our residents, even though there could be no direct financial return to the company? And the trade-off is money that could be spent on building more homes. How about community building? How much should we do? What can we afford to do? What can we afford not to do? Who do we house or not house, knowing that demand is infinite and supply is limited? So why is this relevant to you all sitting here today? You too can strive to make a difference in what you do going forward, whether that is in the workplace or in your personal life. Whether you're working in audit, marketing, management, accounting, architecture, design, project management, construction, or another role altogether, I encourage you to find the value in what you do and how you contribute to the workplace and to society. And be bold, pursue further learning, step out of your comfort zone, take steps into the unknown, set yourself challenges, and find the things that make you tick. It takes courage and tenacity to finish a degree. So today is a time to pause and to celebrate all of your hard work, as I celebrated all of those years ago. However, it is also a time to recognise the enormous privilege you have in sitting here today as a graduate of UTS. I encourage you as future business leaders to remind yourselves of the advantages a higher education can bring, and to think about how you can support others, either in your personal or work life, to be able to have access to the same opportunities. Last, but by no means least, I wish you all the very best in whatever you decide to do. I hope that you too can find that perfect role that utilises your talent, incites your passion, and creates an impact. Thank you.
I thank our occasional speaker, Ms. Leonie King, for the occasional address on this important day for you as UTS graduates. I iterate some of her messages. to make sure that we understand and think about how they affiliate with your time here at UTS and what you will create into the future. Leonie stated that this is the end of the era and is the start of the next. And John said to you, our Deputy Chancellor, that we want to stay connected with you as alumni, so that the era that you have spent with us is one that you will remember and constantly draw from and seek value from. Leonie told us that you will have many experiences in the workforce that will be shaped by external activities. But she also challenged you, as we have hopefully challenged you over the time of your degree here at UTS, that you have the ability and the power of agency to be an influencer and shape your own experiences. Taking risks, learning new skills. Look up frequently to see the opportunities that are being presented to you and grab them. Leonie asked you to find the value in what you do and who you are. And that is something that we strive as a university to ensure that you find on a daily basis. Find your motivation, be challenged, and work to make a difference. UTS is a public university poised to use you and all that we do to make a true and beneficial difference for society. I challenge you, as Leonie has, to find a way to do that in something that you love and are passionate about. So in conclusion, let me say that the best wishes and the pride of the university go with each and every UTS graduate. Congratulations again.
Deputy Chancellor, guests and graduates, that occasional address concludes the formal proceedings of this ceremony. The academic procession is about to leave the Great Hall. Would the congregation please rise for the academic procession?